Pleasure to introduce to you Dana Walsh, who needs your help to fire Nancy Pelosi in November. Instead of finding ways to remove barriers to success in the best healthcare system in the world, our leaders in Washington are bent on moving backwards and adopting the failed systems of Europe and Canada. And Dana Walsh wants us to move forward. Dana wants our borders secure. She wants to stop illegal immigration. And she wants America defended. She wants us to remove incentives for people who break our laws to enter our country. No welfare benefits if you're breaking our laws. No driver's licenses if you're breaking our laws. No free college tuition if you're breaking our laws. And no amnesty for illegal aliens. Ladies and gentlemen, Dana Walsh needs your help in November to fire Nancy Pelosi.
Just go ahead and talk.
For a woman from San Francisco to look out at a bunch of SUV driving, Bible thumping, gun holding people is a really nice thing to see. It makes me proud. But you know, you're all here for a very serious reason. And the whole message of my campaign against Nancy Pelosi is that we now have a government that is completely out of control, and yet it is intent on controlling every aspect of its citizens' lives. Think about this. You're all here, you wondered, you worried when Obama was elected, what would a Speaker of the House like Nancy Pelosi and a president like Obama mean to America? And it has been one short year, and we have seen what it is, and I don't think we're very happy with it. I don't think any of us understood the scale, the scope, and the speed with which this Congress would dismantle our free enterprise system. Because make no mistake, right now, the government controls 80% of the mortgages. It now, as of a few days ago, controls 100% of student loans. It controls varying percentages of our insurance companies, of our banks and financial institutions, even our car companies. Who would have thought it would come to this in such a short period of time? But now let's think about the next industry they've taken over, if we don't do something about it, is the healthcare industry. 1/6 of the American economy. And you know, at one point there were 17 attorney generals who filed suit about the constitutionality of this law. It was when the Cornhusker kickback was in play. And I thought to myself, and I'm sure you did too, where are the other 32 states' attorney generals fighting against this unconstitutional law? But the good thing is that there is the Attorney General of Virginia announced right after the bill, the Monday after the bill was passed, that he has filed a lawsuit alleging the federal government's unconstitutional overreach of its authority. And I think we would all agree that the Congress of the United States has no business determining our health care. I would add here that if I'm elected, the very first thing, I think that anyone who's supporting a candidate of any kind, but certainly a Republican candidate, has to say the number one thing that happens when the 2010 election is over and hopefully an entirely new Congress takes place, that the repeal of the health care bill is job number one. But as bad as the last year has been, you have to understand that the passage of this health care bill is just sort of the tip of the iceberg of what they have on their agenda. I heard Nancy Pelosi speak at the Commonwealth Club in San Francisco just a couple weeks ago, and she made it clear that the next thing on their list, she was asked if illegal aliens were covered under the health care bill. she said no, but that's okay because the next thing we're going to take up is amnesty. Or I'm sorry, she didn't say they were taking up amnesty. She said they were taking up comprehensive immigration reform. Now, I think, why would we be interested in a comprehensive immigration reform of the type that we just saw in their comprehensive health care bill? No one will know what it says, no one will know what it means, and we'll be back in a position where we don't know if our elected officials are going to even enforce the laws. We have laws today that could solve the problems of illegal immigration just by following the law. I would also say that any congressman, any senator that says that we cannot enforce those laws should be reminded that they took an oath to enforce the laws of the United States. So the next thing will be amnesty. And if you think that the health care bill was bad, wait till you take a look at cap and trade. You should know, of course, that that is already passed in the House. And I have had people tell me, I'm in the design industry of homes, I have been told that you will not be able to sell your home until you put it up to the standards that people in Congress have determined for you. You will license your home like you license your car. They are totally out of control. They have totally got to become reined in. Then there's the fairness doctrine, and we all know what that means. We won't be able to hear Hannity and Rush anymore. And then the Employee Free Choice Act. That is newspeak at its absolute worst. I know you've all read 1984, but how can you call taking away one of the most revered institutions in the United States a private ballot? How can you call taking that away from union members a free choice act? So we have to watch them, and we have to watch them diligently.